Good morning, it's Hump Day, May 19th, 2021. On our way to Burlington, New Jersey to resurface a deck that is most deserving of it. Take a look at this deck right after this. Well, good morning.
Well, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You ready for a new deck topper?
Sure. Oh, I'm ready. I've been ready.
You've been ready.
As you can see, this stuff is falling apart as we speak.
Yes, it is.
It's horrible.
I need that out so I can slide this one into place under here to get the proper mark locations. So when you're trying to get, you try to line this up with that, it's really hard to get it right where it is. If you put it against it like that and then pivot it down, it'll put the line where you need it to be. See that? Oops. Put it against there, pivot it down, put the line. And then leave yourself a little bit of a gap. And a little bit of a gap. I'm just going to bring this line down to meet that. This is all going to get cut out here. And bring that line down to meet it. And that's what's getting cut out. That will be for the first one. So I sit this in the place. I sit this in place of where the second board would go. I use what I call a cheater board, which is the same width as this. And when you push it up against something, that's where. And then you draw the line. That mimics as if it was in this position and you were tracing it, and this was your obstruction was not in the way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to get around that obstruction. You can do this either way, but this way's longer. I'm just leaving a little gap. That's how I got that line. Put that up against there. Put that up against there and drop it down. Draw my pencil line, and then I'll cut that out. And that will fit all the way across there. exactly where this board's going to end, we can look under here and we can see that those screws are in fact in the middle. So we can make a mark right there, and that's where we're going to cut our board. This way the next one will sit in there. So we're putting the 16-foot long one. Of course, we cut it down, it ain't 16 feet anymore, but we're putting the long one to the left by the steps, right? And then we're putting a short piece to finish it from here over. The next one we put down is going to be the long piece to the right and the short piece to the left. Does that make sense? Okay. I have to say they got their money's worth out of this deck, huh? Kept it long enough to get through all this. That's how you do it.
Anytime you allow leaves or any kind of tree litter to collect under your deck or between the boards, you're welcoming rot. You gotta get rid of it.
Alright, well, we're still hard at work here. I'm not boring you with putting every piece in. That's what we got so far. We added extra timber under here and under there. And we're going to put another one in here because this is where the air conditioner compressor is going to sit. That's what all these lines are for. And we're going to run a hose under it so that it can drip from the compressor, run through the hose, and out the outside of the deck. As warped as these boards come from the store, as you can see from down there, they sell a special tool that grabs onto 2x material and pries against this, pushing it up against your spacer. But this is a 4x4, so it's 3.5 inches wide, and that tool only works with 1.5 inch material. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do it if you're up against this. Here's a piece of wood. Put it in here. One screw holding it in there. Get your screw ready, get your spacer in. Your crowbar in here like this, and push. Thank you. Alright, making progress here. Tana's got a headache. You want me to call you ambulance?
Call the ambulance. A pity party starting any minute.
It's a slow process because we can't use the tool to straighten the boards. We have to screw that cheater in there and pry it for every one. If this was all made with a 2x material, we could just pop it on there, push it over, screw it. Pop it on there, push it over, screw it. But it all adds up. Plus, we got to walk all the way around front to get the wood. Uh-oh, Kitana's got a crowbar. Well, I got a little more than half done. Alright, that's a wrap for today. We're exhausted. The heat beat us down. But as you can see, the deck's coming along nicely. We ran a clear tubing underneath the deck up to where the air compressor is going to, the air conditioner compressor is going to be. the HVAC compressor, and this way they can maybe tie it into that and have the drips drip under the deck out the front of it where the gate is. The van's a mess. Holy mackerel. Alright, I'm going to call it a day, and we'll do this again tomorrow. And now it's tomorrow. I don't feel like I got any sleep at all. Felt like it was like a second ago. But we got everything cleaned up here. And now we cut this one to 189 inches. And it's going in. Crown up.
Cut this down for your cheater.
Do me a favor. Push on that. No, this way.
Oh.
I want to go underneath this. There you go. Now line it up where it has to go.
Too far. Like right there.
That was a nice straight piece. You can put the things in and screw it off.
Okay, here. The cheater. It needs to be cut.
Now, put it down. So what we did, they notched the last gate on an angle so that it would open all the way. They notched it here so it wouldn't bind. What we did was we carried this under, put this piece, rounded the edge and put it over the top of that so that when we open it, it pivots over the top rail. And it does that on both sides for a nice clean cut. I know that looks washed out, that's the sun, this right here.
Come on, Dad, let's go.